Alright guys, what is going on today? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going over the new Boruto chapter 64 spoilers. Now thanks to Organic Dinosaur on Twitter, we got these spoilers. Now before we start off, this has a lot of content to cover, so I'm going to go with the summary page instead of going through each individual page. There's a lot of stuff in this chapter and it's crazy. And reading these spoilers right off the bat, you can tell Kishimoto is back in writing. His writing is completely different than Kodachi's. I'll explain soon enough why. So anyways, let's get into the spoilers. So this chapter of Boruto is called Control. So we got a cover page of Shikamaru and he's standing in a cool pose. Now why are they hinting Shikamaru? Are they hinting something with him? Because I went back and looked at every other cover page. It's all the main MCs. We have Jougan, Kawaki, Sarada, Mitsuki, Boruto, Naruto, Momoshiki, you know, all that stuff. But they have Shikamaru. Shikamaru of all people. I mean, hey, they have Sumire, but Sumire plays a pretty big role too in terms of Kawaki and Sarada and Boruto. So why have Shikamaru though? I know Shikamaru played here and there in terms of Kawaki being a suspect and that stuff, but I feel like they're hinting something with Shikamaru that he might die. Now this is just an idea, alright? Nothing's confirmed. I think they might be hinting that Shikamaru might be dying or might be killed by Boruto. And since Shikadai is one of Boruto's closest friends, as we've seen in episode 1 of the Boruto anime, before they all went to school, Shikadai was his main boy. So if Boruto kills Shikamaru, I think Shikadai is going to hate him. And I think that's going to give more development towards Boruto's future character, how he's all depressed, everything in the time skip era. So anyways, getting on to the actual spoilers. It says Code is still moderately impressed that Boruto unleashed Momoshiki's powers. Ida is still spectating remotely and provides intel to Code about Boruto being on Amado's drugs. And it says Damon is still fast asleep for this entirety of this chapter. Boruto is able to maintain his own consciousness without being hijacked by Momoshiki at all. Ida thinks it's the effects of Amado's drugs. Looking at the actual leaks, the full written leak, it says that Code is surprised that Momoshiki hasn't emerged, but it does come down to it that these are the side effects of the pill. Since Amado did state anything could happen, even the user being killed. And it could blind the byakugan, but the byakugan does not look like it has a pupil, so it's possible that the pills are actually taking effect and Momoshiki is being subdued while Boruto can use Momoshiki's powers. I did state this in my last chapter review that Boruto is using the full power of the karma, unlike before, as Code tells him to use the proper power. So this is basically Boruto using the upgraded powers of his karma. I did say it was similar to Ichigo's hollow mask, where his hollow would come out here and there, but then he gained control on how to control the hollow mask. I think it's the same thing here, where Boruto learned how to control the karma properly and he's using his full power, since he is fighting Code equal to him. So I think the pills are taking effect, and that is why we don't see Momoshiki, but we see Momoshiki's attributes, like his byakugan and everything. So I think it's possible that Boruto uses Momoshiki's byakugan, and even right now too, Momoshiki's byakugan on his right eye has no veins. So it's not active, but the eye is still there. So it could be possible that Boruto is possibly blind in the right eye, and he cannot actually see or use the right eye. But he is using Momoshiki's experience and Momoshiki's powers. So anyways, getting onto it, it says Boruto tries to overwhelm Code with the 4 Kagebushin and Taijutsu. Boruto's Kagebushin don't manifest with karma marks or a different right eye. They're just normal. So that means only the main body has all the powers of the karma and has Momoshiki's abilities, while the other bodies don't. That basically explains why Kawaki couldn't get Ishiki's karma when he hugged him, since he hugged the shadow clone. Meaning shadow clones don't get the karma properties or get the Otsutsuki properties. The original body do. But it's funny how the Kagebushin, you feel everything and you get all the information it has. That's the thing about the Kagebushin. So it's weird how it works with karma. So getting onto it, it says Code applies a section of his black studded belt onto Boruto's shoulder. So does that mean they're hinting that his eye might get cut in the future, since he's able to put a belt on Boruto? And it says it puts it onto Boruto's shoulder. So if it is his right shoulder, then he might slash the man's eye. Code uses it as a portal. He shoves his arm into a claw mark that's been applied to a tree. Code's partial arm emerges right out of Boruto's shoulder and easily swipes, thus defeats nearby Kagebushin. Code keeps teleporting safely behind Boruto, then re-emerging from claw marks to evade attacks. Boruto's Kagebushin managed to yank out Code from the original Boruto shoulder claw mark. Kawaki notes that those aren't Boruto's normal movements. Ida warns Code not to joke around in case he gets killed before regaining his true powers. So Kawaki notices that Boruto is moving kind of strange. So could it be possible that him and Momoshiki are having an internal battle at the same time as Boruto is fighting Code? Or this explains that Boruto is using all of Momoshiki's abilities and fighting how Momoshiki does, not how Boruto does. As we've seen Momoshiki fight during the Boro fight, and we've seen him versus Kawaki and Sasuke. He fights differently. So I think he noted that he's fighting like Momoshiki rather than himself. And then it gets on to Naruto. It says Naruto has 2 Kagebushin manifesting chakra for Sennin mode. So basically Naruto is using proper Sage mode, like back in the Pain arc when he had the 2 clones manifesting chakra. So that's how you know Kishimoto is back in writing, when he's utilizing Naruto's full capabilities. Naruto has lost Kurama, yes, but now it looks like Naruto is using actual Sage powers to track Boruto and Kawaki, and having them manifest chakra since he knows they could come handy. But what I don't get is Naruto has a big chakra reserve. He should have made maybe 3 or 4 Sage mode clones and let them gather nature chakra. But see, with this, it shows Naruto is becoming the unpredictable ninja he always is. Because if Naruto knows that the karma can't absorb natural energy, then he is best off using Sage mode and Sage chakra. Since if Code does try absorbing it, or if Boruto in Momoshiki form tries absorbing it, it wouldn't work. His karma wouldn't be able to go against it. So that's how you know Kishimoto is writing Naruto again. So that is the writing difference between Kishimoto and Kodachi. Naruto directs Ino to drop their search for Kawaki's chakra and focus on Boruto's chakra instead. Nishi apologizes for not properly doing his sensing job. Shikamaru says he'll go into battle with Naruto too. He says Sasuke still hasn't come back from his manhunt for Code. Sai is currently guarding Amato. Hinata asked to go with them as well, but Naruto asks her to stay behind and take care of Himawari. Himawari and Hinata hope that everyone will come back safely. Now reading the full description of this, Shikamaru says he's not letting Naruto go alone. He's like, bro, this guy is a dangerous enemy. We're going at him together. He's like, you don't have Kurama anymore. I know you have Sage, but we're doing this together. And he's like, Sai is guarding Amato in case somebody comes to the village and tries taking Amato. And then Hinata is saying she's gonna come along, and Naruto tells her, no, please stay at home. Alright, this part is really big because it could possibly hint something happening to Naruto. On the actual text, it says Naruto tells them, don't worry about it. Naruto tells Hinata to stay here and watch over Himawari in case something happens to him. So this is like Naruto saying, if I die, at least Himawari will have you. That is why he does not want Hinata to go with him. If both Hinata and Naruto die, then who's gonna watch over Himawari? So Naruto is thinking like a true Hokage and true father at this point. Now I think this tributes a bit to Kushina. When Kushina and Minato were being attacked by the Nine Tails, Kushina said that she was basically dead, and she told Minato to basically take Naruto and live a life with him. But then all the other events took place. So this is the same way here, where Naruto is telling Hinata to watch over Himawari in case something happens to him. At least she'll have one parent instead of having none. Man, that's actually heartbreaking, bro. If something happens to Naruto, damn. I think Naruto is gonna get beat up, or he may get a bit hurt, but I'm not too sure where they're gonna go with it. I think Shikamaru for sure is going to die, or he's gonna get injured. And it says Sasuke hasn't returned yet, so Sasuke is somewhere out there. Now, I don't think Sasuke is gonna return. Maybe he might return at the end of the battle once he notices Naruto's chakra, then he may come rushing in on top of everybody in the village come rushing in. At that point, some big shit's gonna break out between Code and all these ninjas. So then going back to the Boruto part, it says Boruto cannot absorb Code's claw marks. So Kawaki explains why. Code's karma marks are comprised of iron from his blood content mixed with materialized chakra. Kawaki warns Boruto not to rely on that power that he doesn't fully understand in case he rampages again. I think Kawaki is worried that Boruto is right now controlling Momoshiki's powers, but if Boruto goes unconscious, then I think Momoshiki is gonna come out. And I think at the end of this chapter, when Boruto does collapse, Momoshiki does come out right after, and he goes on a rampage and maybe hurting everybody else. Because at this time, Boruto is not low on chakra. So could it possibly mean that when Momoshiki comes out, he'll have full control and chakra of Boruto and maybe even possibly hurt everybody? I think that could be a possibility. I think that is when Shikamaru's gonna get hurt, Naruto's gonna get hurt, Kawaki might get hurt, and I think Sasuke is going to arrive. And Sasuke might try fighting Momoshiki, and maybe even Sasuke might give Boruto the eye cut to stop Momoshiki's manifestation. So then it says Boruto just wants to settle everything right here, right now. Code reiterates his plan to feed Boruto to the Jubi and cultivate a Shinju. Boruto declines, obviously. Code says that Boruto will become the most premium quality sacrifice for Jubi. Code says that he'll come back and pick up Boruto at his peak when his transformation is complete. So I was partially right in my previous videos that Code will come back for Boruto once he is older and once he is manifested more into Momoshiki. Because because I think the pills Boruto is taking and in full dosages is slowing down his rate of progression. So if my theory is true, then by the time the time skip happens, Boruto will be around 95% Otsutsuki, even maybe 99%, and at that point Code may come, and that is when the village actually truly gets destroyed and Code comes after Boruto to take him to the tree. So if Code doesn't take Boruto in terms of him training him, all that stuff, or even kidnap him, then he will wait for Boruto till he is properly fine-tuned into an Otsutsuki and then come for him. And I remember some people telling me like, but he's not gonna wait for Boruto to transform into full Otsutsuki. Why would he wait 3 years? Well, you know why he would wait 3 years now. He wants a more premium fruit, bro. He wants a fully upgraded model of Boruto. He wants a new iPhone Boruto version X, bro. So that means after this fight, if Code does not take Kawaki or Boruto, then we get the time skip, meaning the training of the time skip is going to happen, and Boruto will be leaving the village, I believe, with Sasuke at that point. Which may go back to the idea that Boruto does become full Otsutsuki more towards the time skip, and the pills he's taking are full dosages, so they're slowing down Momoshiki completely. As to Kawaki, where it took him years to finally reach 80%, it'll take Boruto 3 years to get from 80 to 95 to 99% because of the full dosages. So then it says Code teleports behind Kawaki and puts him into a headlock. Code tells Kawaki that there's a girl waiting for him. Kawaki makes a Kagebushin to try and punch Code and make Code let go of him. Boruto tries to separate them with a Rasengan, but Code teleports away into his claw mark again. Kawaki is freed from Code's grasp, albeit needing to catch his breath. Code is now upset by Kawaki's sudden change of heart and says that he hates both of them. Naruto's sending mode locates Boruto 40 kilometers away. Naruto notes that there's a chakra signature with Boruto that he doesn't recognize. So that's how you know Naruto is properly using his Sage mode to finally detect where everybody is. Cough cough, that Jigen fight, you know? The first time where the current sense where Jigen and shit was, bro. I remember a lot of people were talking about this topic then, and now it seems Kishimoto is finally utilizing Naruto much better. Shikamaru is worried that Naruto won't be able to maintain sending mode for a very long time. Naruto replies that he can maintain it for even longer than he used to be able to. Naruto says it's because he's more experienced now, he's gotten older and wiser too. Shikamaru warns Naruto to not get too reckless as they head out together to Boruto's location. See, that part I don't understand is Naruto's been using Sage mode for a really long time, on top of 6 path mode, on top of using Kurama as well. I don't know why Shikamaru is saying Naruto can't hold Sage mode really long. That doesn't make any sense to me. Naruto is older and he should have gotten stronger over the time, unless he slacked as they said before. I don't think Naruto will run out of Sage mode that quick, because that's when he was 16 years old. He could only limit himself to 2 clones using Sage mode. He is older, so he should be able to maybe run at least 4 to 6 clones, which doesn't make any sense to me and why they said that. They're acting as if Naruto losing Kurama basically made him much weaker. Naruto, during the most part of Shippuden before the war arc, was using most of his own power rather than Kurama. Yes, Kurama did come out here and there, but most of the time it was Naruto pushing himself with his own chakra, up until war arc when all the power scaling went through the roof. But when Shikamaru tells Naruto not to get too reckless, I don't know, man. I feel like they're hinting something going on with Naruto and Shikamaru, where I think Shikamaru might get hit instead of Naruto, or he sacrifices himself to save Naruto from being killed. I feel like they could be hinting towards that, and Shikamaru dies. So then it says Code versus Boruto is underway again, with headbutting and more taijutsu. Boruto manages to surprise Code with his vanishing Rasengan, but the attack wasn't close enough. Boruto suddenly drops to the ground on one knee, seemingly unable to move. Boruto starts clutching his chest and is unable to form any coherent words or sentences anymore. Kawaki calls out Boruto's name in vain. Ida and Code are just silently observing the spectacle. Boruto moans and groans before finally collapsing on his side on the ground, still clutching his chest. And that is it for chapter 64. So then at the end of this chapter, it said right here, in the battle amongst those who wield karma, the 2 contenders are evenly matched. But in the midst of their fight, a strange phenomenon is transpiring within Boruto's body all of a sudden. So I think this means 2 things. First, I think it's Momoshiki trying to fight Boruto and trying to come out, or it's the pills taking effect on Boruto himself. Since the pills could be taking effect on everything karma and Otsutsuki related, or it's possible that next chapter Boruto loses consciousness and Momoshiki appears. Because it says Boruto drops on his right knee and collapses towards his right side. So his right side is basically having a stroke where he can't move his right side. So it's possible that Momoshiki is maybe trying to come out and Boruto is being affected by the pills. Or Boruto is just collapsing because of his overusage of the karma and using the new powers of Momoshiki that he just got. And the pills are attacking anything that is karmified. So this is what I think of the spoilers. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos to come.